Well, hello there everybody. I am excited and I am pumped and I am just absolutely wrapped because I'm on holidays. Stick that up your jumper, folks. I've got the next 10 days off and I am excited. In saying that, holidays from my job is just like nothing special because it's like being on holidays when I go to work. I love my job. I've said it before and I'll say it again. But anyway, I've got a few days off. I've got time to go fishing and do some other fun things that I enjoy. Today, I'm going to chase a few redfin. If you watched last week's YouTube video, you would have seen me catching some really small redfin up at Lake William Hovell. Today, I'm going to chase some bigger redfin and I'm going to chase them in some smaller streams, some smaller creeks. There's a reason some of these creeks have bigger redfin in them, and that is because for one reason, they see a lot less fishing pressure. They don't get see as many lures, they don't get harvested as regularly, and that is why I don't name these creeks. If I was to name some of these small streams and they got that fishing pressure that some of the bigger lakes got, before long what we would see is a reduction in the number of the larger fish and an increase in the number of smaller fish, because the bigger redfin, once they sort of start getting over the 25 to 30 centimetre mark, they become the kings. They become the predator, the apex predator, and they will eat the smaller redfin. Once you start taking the bigger fish out, that paves the way for the smaller fish to breed up and multiply, and before you know, you end up with a waterway with a heap of runted little redfin. This first creek I'm going to try has got some really big redfin in it, but it doesn't have a lot of fish in it. So I might only catch 2 or 3. I mightn't catch any. I might catch 1. Who knows? But if I do catch 1, it could be that long, or it could be 40 centimetres or so. It's every bit as much chance it could be big as what it could be small, because there's not many fish in here that allows them to grow to their full potential. Does that make sense? Because there's not much competition for the available food source, any food there is gets to go to a select few fish that are in here, and as a result they grow big. When they breed up, they eat their offspring, they eat their babies, and they keep the numbers down and they keep growing big. Therefore we get lots of bigger redfin. If we take them bigger redfin out just after they've bred, before too long you're going to get heaps of little fish. There's no fish to predate on them, there's not enough food for them all, so they all grow, you know, 15, 20, no, not even that, 13, 14 centimetres long. And then they mature, then they breed at that size, and before you know, you've got yet another waterway full of small redfin. It's all about balance. Too many fish is not a good thing of any breed, whether it's Murray cod, yellow belly, trout or redfin, it doesn't really matter. But for today, it's all about redfin. I'm going to fish these smaller streams. I'm just going to see if I can catch a couple of small redfin. I'm going to be filming with these. These are my HD VCS. You would have seen me talking about them. High definition video camera sunglasses. If you look there, you'll see a little camera. Don't know whether this camera's picking it up. If I put it on the right angle so you can see the reflection, just under my finger there, that is a little camera. It's a built-in HD or high definition video camera. Now, these are available at www.hdvcs.com.au, and I'll give you one tip: if you're planning on buying any, spend the extra and get the full high definition ones. There's HD and full HD. These are the full HD. The HD ones are fun if you don't want to use the audio, if you want to film yourself riding a motorbike and put a music soundtrack to it, jump out of an aeroplane and just have the sound of the wind rushing past or whatever. But for what I do, the fishing and stuff like that, and I like to talk, in case you hadn't noticed, the full HD ones are the bomb. I prefer to film with that camera that you can't see, because that's my Canon EOS 600D digital SLR. I like to stand in front of the camera and present to the camera. I just find I can use body language, I can smile, I can go, look a bit weird, like I do anyway, and that's fine, and it's stable, nothing's moving. With this, when you watch it, you get vertigo because things move around a lot. That's the downside of using this. I might cast out, I might look around, I might get a stiff neck or something. Then when you go to play back the video, you see the ground moving around and stuff because I've been moving. So I've got to train myself to stand dead still, and even then, it's still a bit shaky. So the digital SLR gets the better quality. But when I'm fishing, I've got to pick up a tripod and a camera, carry it, put it down, fish in front of it, walk up a little bit, go back, pick it up, carry it along, put it down. As a result, I spend far too much time dicking around with camera gear and nowhere near enough time fishing. So when I wear this camera, the sunglasses camera, I catch a lot more fish because I do a lot more fishing and a lot less stuffing around. what I'm finding with my YouTube videos now, which you will have noticed with quite a few, is that I start off with the digital SLR to talk and present, and then I go to the digital sunglasses, and then I go fishing with them, and then if I want to present again, I get the camera back out, or if I pull up somewhere where I'm only going to fish one little spot, I'll put the SLR out back on the tripod. There's a spot and a place for everything, folks. I've even got a handheld underwater camera, and with me today I've got an infrared compact camera, which is very creative, and I just love it because I love being creative when I'm taking photos. Anyway, I'm going to get creative and go and see if I can catch a creative redfin on this creative day. Ooh, something touched that. Got him. Yeah, look at that. Just as I finished saying that there's not very many little fish in this creek, look what came along. A tiny, weeny little redfin. Now, I'll tell you what, because there's not a lot of fish in this, because this creek has not got a lot of fish in it, I know what's going to happen to that redfin. He's going to grow, and he's going to grow quite quickly. And where there's one, there could be more. There may not be any big fish in this hole, and perhaps that's why that really small one is there. I'm trying to work out what this noise was I kept hearing over there. I've just seen it, it's a turtle. A big old turtle walking across the rocks down there. He's huge, big old tortoise. Don't know whether this camera's picking him up or not, but he's just gone into the water there. Ha ha. I kept hearing like a crash, crash, crash. What the hell's that? Turns out to be a big old tortoise, hey? I'll be buggered. Got him. Now look at that. In that dirty... Oh, he's got off. Oh no. I don't know that I'll be reaching down to get this one. I might be able to try. I'm going to get scratched a buggery on the blackberries though. I can see him there. Come here, mister. There we go, I got him. Ouch. Look at that. He's not a huge fish. He's almost big enough to fill it, but he is well and truly surpassed that small runted redfin size that I was talking about earlier. I'm going to put him straight back. As he gets bigger, he will eat those little baby ones like we saw before, or other ones just like it. That was a fair way downstream from here. And he'll become the dominant fish in the waterway. He has the potential to grow quite large, that fish, because there's not very many in here. You know, I've got blood all over my hands, compliments of these blackberries. They taste nice, the old blackberries. They provide a bit of cover for the fish, but that's about all they're good for. Nuisances. When you drop your fish in them, it's not much fun. This is like a little lagoon just here at the moment. There's not even flowing. But thankfully, we've had a little bit of rain last week. These couple of fish that I've seen so far today have survived, and I think I might have just had another one hit my lure then. They've survived the drought. The weather's cooled, the water won't get too warm now. Just need a bit more rain. There we go, got him. Oh, this one's a bit bigger. Can I get him up? Don't fall off, you bugger. Look at that. Now we're getting somewhere. Whoa, yeah, the fish are getting bigger. He's probably 25 centimetres, 25 very fat centimetres. The fat, or in this political correct world we live in, the overweightness is a direct result of the fact that the creek is not teeming with small fish. Oops, off you go. I was just about to do that anyway, but he beat me to it. Wow. Happy days. Well, I've got 3 fish, tiny, reasonable and not bad, and there's another touch just now. I nearly wasn't going to have a cast in here because look at the water, it's brown, it's murky, it's not flowing. Got him. Oh, that one actually pulled drag. I just wonder, because the creek isn't flowing and it's dry in a lot of places, I just wonder if that's why the water's dirty, because I just got hit by a decent fish. Got him. Yeah, baby. Yep, they're still getting bigger. This one's pulling drag. I want to see if I can get down a bit lower without ending up in the drink. This is a very nice fish, this one. I can nearly get right down into the creek here, actually. Don't know whether the camera's picking it up there, but there's my legs. The blackberries are getting bigger. Problem if I get down there, I've then got to get back up on these blackberries. I'll just see if I can lift him. Yeah. No, I won't. I'll get down. Because he is a ripper. Look at this for a fish. Now that's a decent redfin. Taking on a Strike Tiger 2-inch curl tail grub. Look at that. Can't complain about that, folks. That's a good 30, 35 probably centimetre redfin. Nice and fat. Good old fashioned pound and a quarter. Bloody awesome. See ya, buddy. Now that I've settled down, I'll look around the banks here and make sure I'm not sharing this shady undercut bank here with a tiger snake. There's also a lot of leeches in this creek. Like most lagoons and these types of creeks, they're thick with leeches, and my legs are dripping with blood. That's not a good combination. That's not a good combination at all. How good was that, eh? What a lovely redfin that one was. Oh, I forgot to get a photo of him. I wanted to get a still photo with my infrared camera. Oh, better see if I can catch another here, eh? Got him. Yeah, baby. Not a huge fish, but he said, oh, not a huge fish, but he was a fish. I was just going to say, not a huge fish, but he's a fish. But he was a fish. Got him. No. Reindeer fish. Well, you win some, you lose some. He wasn't a sardine, but he was a reasonable fish. Balling a fox. He's just on the other side of that tree. He's just standing there staring at me from 20 feet away. Don't know whether the camera's there. He goes. Go along the fence line. How good is nature? I've walked along here, I've got up on the high bank, I heard a heck of a noise. I looked over there into that long grass. A wallaby went that way, and a fox went that way. I reckon the wallaby must have been stalking, the fox must have been stalking the wallaby, and I've come along and foiled its plan. And the wallaby took off and the fox sat there. I just sort of whistled and went, and he stopped just under that green tree there and just stared at me. I'm going to say green tree, I better be a bit more specific. There's about 3 dozen of them right in front of me. He stood under that little green tree just on the bank, that little wattle it is, just sitting over there. And he looked at me for a good 30 or 40 seconds or more before he finally took off over that way, then ran along the fence line. I love nature, absolutely love nature. Whether the nature I'm liking is introduced or native or whatever, I don't care. I just enjoy seeing Mother Nature at work. Absolutely beautiful. I've got 3 or 4 nice redfin, and now I've seen that fox and I've lost one, and I've lost the redfin. Just had a wonderful time. And these things are just the icing on the cake for me when I'm fishing. Finally, yeah, baby. A good one too. So yeah, buddy. Going what? Love it. See you next year, mate, when you're about 4 inches longer. What a magnificent species. I love redfin.